Chapter 5, Part 2, Shame, the mirror we fear to face. Confronting the shadow, rising from the depths of toxic shame, we enter the territory of recognition, the difficult, necessary work of facing what we've hidden, examining what we've rejected, bringing into the light what we've kept in darkness. This is the realm of the mirror, the reflection we fear to face, because we're certain it will confirm our worst beliefs about ourselves. But here is what we discover. When we finally gather the courage to look, the thing we've been hiding is not nearly as monstrous as we believed. The self we've kept in shadow is not the horror we imagined. In fact, much of what we've deemed unacceptable is simply human. We are angry sometimes. We are sexual beings. We have needs, wants, and desires. We make mistakes. We fail. We fall short of our ideals. We are selfish sometimes, petty sometimes, and scared sometimes. And none of this makes us unworthy. It makes us human. The mirror shows us not perfection, but wholeness. It shows us that we are complex beings containing multitudes. We are light and shadow, noble and base, generous and selfish, wise and foolish. We are not one thing or the other, but both, and a fascinating tapestry of contradictions and consistencies, flaws and virtues, wounds and wisdom. In this middle realm of shame's territory, we begin to practice something revolutionary: self-compassion. Instead of beating ourselves up for our imperfections, we treat ourselves with the kindness we would extend to a dear friend. Instead of harsh judgment, we offer gentle understanding. Instead of rejection, we offer acceptance. This feels strange at first, even wrong. The shamed part of us protests, "But I don't deserve compassion. I'm not worthy of kindness. If I'm nice to myself, I'll become complacent, lazy, worse than I already am." But this is shame talking, not truth. Self-compassion does not make us complacent, it makes us resilient. It does not enable bad behavior. It creates the safety necessary for change. We cannot shame ourselves into being better. We can only shame ourselves into hiding, performing, or pretending. But compassion creates the conditions in which authentic growth becomes possible. The practice of facing the mirror involves bringing our hidden parts into consciousness with curiosity rather than judgment. Ah, here is my anger. Here is my jealousy. Here is my fear of inadequacy. Here is my sexual desire. Here is my need for recognition. We name these things not to condemn them, but to acknowledge them, to integrate them, to make room for them in our conscious self-understanding. Carl Jung spoke of the shadow, the parts of ourselves we've rejected and repressed that continue to live in the unconscious, influencing us in ways we don't recognize. He said that we do not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. This is the work of the mirror, making the shadow conscious, bringing what we've hidden into the light. As we do this work, we often discover that what we've been most ashamed of contains our greatest gifts. The sensitivity we hid becomes our capacity for empathy. The intensity we tried to suppress becomes our passion and creativity. The vulnerability we masked becomes the bridge to authentic connections. Our wounds become our wisdom. Our brokenness becomes our breakthrough. We also begin to see how much energy we've been spending on hiding, on maintaining the mask, on performance and pretense. What would become available to us if we stopped exhausting ourselves with secrecy and shame? How much more alive could we be if we didn't have to manage everyone's perception of us? The mirror also shows us something unexpected, that everyone else is also performing, also hiding, and also carrying secret shame about parts of themselves they deem unacceptable. The thing we thought made us uniquely unworthy, again, is actually the thing that makes us universally human. We are not alone in our shame. We are all alone in our shame together. This recognition is the beginning of healing, for shame cannot survive being spoken, being shared, and being met with understanding rather than judgment. When we risk revealing our shame to a trusted other and are met with acceptance rather than rejection, the spell begins to break. The lie that we are fundamentally unworthy begins to lose its power. Stay tuned. To be continued.